Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about the basic archetype of Aquarius. Now, what is Aquarius? Aquarius is fixed air. So that's like concealed air. That's like air in a tire, air in a balloon. You know what I'm saying? Air that's in its own circumference. If air was to be able to survive in space, that only piece of air that's in space, that would be Aquarius, because it's surrounded by no air. You know what I'm saying? So right there, that's Aquarius in a nutshell, like a hot air, an air balloon. You know what I'm saying? It's concealed air with surrounded by a bunch of other air, but it's its own separate. And what is air when we talk about it? Air is thinking and communication. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's fixed air. You know, it's being fixated on its own way of thinking and communicating. So that paints a picture of a balloon. That air in that balloon, separate from all the other air, still floating within all the other air. So it's unique. It has its own way of thinking, its own way of communicating. It give itself its own color, its own shape. You know what I'm saying? So right here, that's like Aquarius is in a nutshell. This is how they communicate. This is how they think amongst other, and this is what they put into their actions and the way they act. Now, when we want to talk about exaltation, there's not necessarily an exaltation for Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? So right here, there's no actual maximum expression for them on this earth right now, so they pick up off others and be the maximum expression for others. So right here, they always feel like the right thing to do and the righteous thing to do is what? Saturn and Uranus. You know, so what is Saturn? Saturn is how one gains structure in their life, but it's also what they put boundaries and restrictions and limits on. But it's also where they're going to experience boundaries and restrictions and limits. And Uranus is change and rebellion, but it's also uniqueness and originality. See, when somebody's being unique and original, 9 times out of 10, they're changing someone else's way of doing things, or they're rebelling against someone else's way of doing things. So you need both. So this could make them radical for good or bad. Now, they always feel like these are the right things to go. This is the right thing to do. Because anytime a planet is at home, it's on the right side of the Earth. And if you, the Earth, aka sun sign, the Earth was in the immune in the light of Aquarius when you came here, then the basic archetype of you is the home planets, the home rulerships is Uranus and Sagittarius. I mean Uranus and Saturn. So you feel like this is the right thing to do always, the right thing to go to, the thing to do. And when the planet's at home, they can do what they want to, when they want to, how they want to do it, when they want to do it, whether they want to be lazy upon it or not, or just do it. So right here, when you have Saturn here, a lot of times as an Aquarius, you feel like the right thing to do is to try to gain structure in your life, or try to set boundaries and restrictions and limits on certain things. And you're going to experience certain boundaries, restrictions, and limits, but see, it's going to be in form of communicating. You know what I'm saying? In form of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So you always think the right thing to do is to think about how you're going to gain stability in your life. This is why and then they do it through communication and thinking. This is why a lot of times, Aquarius can have a very organized mind, to the point that they know how to create organizations, and everyone can help each other in type of ways that create humanitarian type situations, and create foundations, and create type of auras and situations that they can have friends that act like relatives, and relatives that act like friends, and they could be able to pop up and come in and out wherever as they please, wherever they go. So you know what I'm saying? That's their way of gaining structure in their life, you know what I'm saying? Or gaining found stability in their life due to forms of communicating and thinking about certain things, and putting themselves in that realm of reality. Now, also the go-to thing that they feel like they need to do is they feel like they always need to be unique. They feel like they always need to be original. They always sometimes feel the need to do something different than someone else do it. So that causes rebellion and change. So a lot of times they feel like that's the right thing to do in order to keep themselves comfortable, because they start to feel uncomfortable when they start to feel too absorbed into what everyone else do. And even they like to be around everybody else, because this is an air sign. All air signs are relatable signs. They like to communicate. You can't communicate without someone else being there, something or someone else. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't communicate if it ain't nothing in front of you to communicate with. So right here, this is fixed fixed. So they like to be fixated on their own way of doing these type of things. So when you have right here a freaking Aquarius, and they feel like the right thing to do, or the right place to go is just that's how they gain structure in their life, by communicating and thinking in their own way, in their own capacity. That's how they put this into action, and then they act on these things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it puts them in situations where they end up being able to have structure in their life because they meet the right person, or be able to think of the right type of situation to put themselves in, or the right type of people to involve themselves with. You know what I'm saying? And then they don't really have a lower side. You know what I'm saying? They don't have like a fallen planet here, but they have a left field planet. And like I said, left field is away. I like to say when it's away is at work, debilitated. It doesn't really want to be here, but it has to do what it has to do in order to get the job done. And that's the sun. So when the sun here is on the left side of the earth as you, so it's on the left side right here, because it's getting ready to get back up exalted after a while, after it go through 2 other signs. So right here is on the left side. So what's the sun? The sun is your actions, the way you act, vitality, energy, enlightenment, and how to see things. You know what I'm saying? So right here, anytime somebody think they done seen it all, you know what I'm saying, they too expressive, you know what I'm saying, like they feel like they too enlightened, you know what I'm saying, they too self-orientated around themselves. They don't care about no one else but themselves. If they the type of people who may use others for like a self type of gain type situation like that, right there, that's left field for all Aquariuses. Anytime a person come around like that, that's too left field. Like, you know what I'm saying, like this person too flamboyant, too expressive about how they feel, how they see about things, how they see things, or you know what I'm saying, and in their own way. Or this person is too out there, they want to be seen too much, or this person want too much attention or something like that. That's left field for Aquariuses. You know what I'm saying? Anytime a person come across, and anytime Aquarius try to go get too much attention, try to be center stage too much. You know what I'm saying? Not try to communicate and elaborate and think with others on how to get something done, but think and communicate with others on how to get his own selfish needs done. Or anytime it has no complete care about how other people feel and see things. You know what I'm saying? That becomes a left field Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? A very aloof, a very negative Aquarius, because this Aquarius really not supposed to care about what people think, and they just supposed to do them. But when you have Aquariuses that care about what other people think and want attention all the time, they're acting left field. You know what I'm saying? That's a left field Aquarius, into everybody's business, gossiping with everybody, not even just thinking to themselves on having their own way of how they communicate and think, and setting up their own boundaries and restrictions of how they communicate and think. They'd be more like Geminis into everything, like, you know what I'm saying? Right there, that's jumping into left field, because the left side right there is the sun. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of times that could be the negative Aquarius, but for the most part, a lot of times they look at that light, because Saturn don't reflect the light. You know what I'm saying? So it don't care what you're trying to show, what you're trying to express. It only cares about what time you're putting into something, what you're working on, and is it something that you can fall back on. Yeah, you may express you can fly, but I'm looking on you standing on the ground. That's Saturn here. See, Saturn, yeah, you can express that you can fly, but I'm looking straight at you walking on the ground. So Aquarius always go to the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And they think and communicate about practical things, about gaining stability in one's life, and not being too expressive, but actually trying to set boundaries and restrictions and limits on certain expressions in order to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? It's like more getting the job done type air than the other 2 airs. You know what I'm saying? Then as far as Uranus, it likes to be unique and original. So when it see people who are being left field to them, it's sun people, like Leo people, or people who are very expressive, or are about trying to be center stage and getting all the attention and stuff like that. These people won't. The Aquarius person always gonna feel like this person's trying to be like everybody else, or this person is trying to get everybody else that is the same to see them. So in certain ways, this what makes the Leo unique. In certain ways, in the Aquarius mind, this what makes the Leo seem like they're trying to blend in, and this what makes the Aquarius person wants to rebel against that, and you know what I'm saying, or change that and and this is what makes them unique and original. So it could work out vice versa. The Aquarius could play the role to try to be like everybody else, just because they don't want the attention, and that's what makes them unique and original, or they can not try to be like everybody else that's giving this person attention, and that's what makes them unique and original. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the left fieldness. So in a nutshell, you know, Aquarius could go left field at times, could be attention seeking. You know what I'm saying? They may do that by being gossipy, because this is an air sign, so they may go left field by being gossipy, thinking and communicating about that's how they get attention, being in everybody's business or something like that. Then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times they can, you know, they come back to they go-to plan sometimes. They just trying to gain structure in their life. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to set boundaries and restrictions and limits on certain other people's communication styles and other people thinking, so it don't fuck up the way they think and the way they communicate. So they may detach from people who don't think like them, or people they choose not to be around because it may fuck up their aura, the way they think and the way they communicate. And also, you know what I'm saying, there's no maximum exaltation, but if they can play in these realms, they can create exaltations for them, as long as they're able to think and have both sides, they left side and they right side, more compatible. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of just going so far out to the point that you it's okay to get a little bit of attention. You're going to get that anyway, though, by being unique and original. Just try not to change and rebel against people all the time, and just learn how to gain structure in your life the right way, and not put boundaries and restrictions and limits on people that don't need to be restricted in your life and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying, a little bit of left fieldness won't hurt. You know what I'm saying, a little bit of left fieldness won't hurt. A little bit of, you're gonna get attention for doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to act on getting attention. You're going to get attention for doing that, because people are going to say this person is a little bit left field anyway when you be your unique self. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the basic archetype of Aquarius. And goddamn, flight boss, bitch. Air.